Hey guys, welcome to another video. I know that it's been a minute, but I'm finally back. School has just been really stressful for me lately, so I've been trying to get all my work done, but not to worry, I'm here with part 3 of my Halloween house for this year. Um, I know it's a little bit late, but hopefully you guys can forgive me for that. And I just like to let you know that right after this, I'm going to be jumping straight into Christmas stuff, so get excited for it. All right, let's get started. All right, so we left off in the master bathroom, so I'm going to go ahead and work on that. I'm going to start with a nice coat of paint on the walls, and I'm going to move around the bathtub a little bit to give it a more centered feel because the bathroom looks a little bit different with the wall up for the toilet. I'm going to add some windows, curtains, and some decorations. And now I'm going to switch around the layout for the sinks a little bit, and I'm also going to add some mirrors, and then I wanted to have a storage unit in the middle, so I'm going to use a shelf for that. Since this is a bathroom on this shelf, I'm going to prioritize items that would be in a bathroom, so stuff like towels, soaps, toilet paper, and things like that. And now I'm going to add some lighting to this room since it is a little bit dark, and it also adds some extra decoration. This room was definitely pretty quick. I'm going to finish it off with some towels and some pumpkins. I'm also going to add a painting right here because I thought this wall looked a little bit empty. And the last thing I'm going to do is add this carpet to the center of the room. Alright, now I'm going to work on the last room in the bottom floor of the house, which is the garage. And so basically I wanted to make a raised platform over here that could act as sort of a gym, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm also going to add some steps on the other side of the door so that there's not an awkward just jump between the bottom floor and the door, which is sort of in the air. So now I'm starting to place my gym equipment. I'm basically using everything except for the soccer items, and so I'm just placing them wherever I think is best. And then I'm also going to make some really big mirrors on these walls just as an added decoration. And keeping the Halloween theme going throughout the rest of the house, I'm also going to add some pumpkin string lights and this cool wheel. Now, of course, since this is a garage, I don't feel like I have the need to decorate the entire room too much, so I'm just going to do some storage cabinets and things like that, and I'm also going to add a bike just for fun. I really do love me some pumpkins and some plants, so I'm also going to add those. And the last thing that I'm going to do is just color the gym equipment to fit my theme a little bit better, and we're basically done with this room. So now making my way upstairs, I'm going to start to work on these bedrooms. Since this house is only a 3-bedroom house, I want to make sure there's plenty of room for plenty of people to sleep. I'm starting to put a bunk bed in this room, but I'm eventually going to scrap that idea in favor of a custom bed system. But basically my idea for this room was to have multiple people sleeping in it. One thing that I did know though was that I wanted built-ins, so I am doing that with some cabinets. I'm going to use them to make a desk that is sort of built in, and I'm also going to eventually add some shelves as well. I wasn't quite sure at this point what I wanted to do with the beds, so I just went ahead and deleted those, and I'm going to start decorating the desk even though there's not even enough furniture in the room yet. So right here, I just felt like the bunk beds were just too clunky for this room. So instead I decided to make my own custom beds. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start out with these regular like modern beds. And what I'm gonna do is make one of them like a half loft bed and put a bunch of like storage drawers underneath. So this not only solves the bed problem, but it also solves the closet problem. where there's just not going to be enough storage. It fills up the space and it looks really good and unique. It did take a while to get all of these basic shapes to be exactly the right size, but I think we have it basically figured out. And so I was thinking about adding a bunch more windows and stuff to this wall, but in the end, what I decided to do instead was a gallery wall type of situation. And then the other thing that I'm doing right here is just moving this bed a little bit more just so that I can not have it sticking through the wall. I don't think I've ever talked about this in a video before, but it is so important to match your paintings to the theme of your house, and that will just make everything look so much better and more professional. When I first started building, I would always do these random like quotes from Hamilton and those like black and white like drawings, which just looked super tacky, but now that I've figured out how to use actual photos, my builds look so much better, and you should do this too. I'm also going to start coloring the beds and adding some like bedding and pillows and stuff. Definitely the best thing about doing houses like this with a lot of like pillows and stuff is that once you do it once, you literally can just copy and paste all of the rest of them. You never have to worry about it again, and it's just so worth it.
Perfect.
I definitely wanted to have a side table here, but I decided to make it a really small one because the beds are super big and the built-ins are also super big, so I didn't want the space to feel like too cramped. So that's kind of my thought there. And then I'm also going to add those pillows to the top bunk, is what I'm going to call it. They're technically not bunk beds, but you get the idea. Alright, so over here I actually felt like I had a lot of room left, so I'm going to add a second desk. Since this is a two-person bedroom, I feel like we have a ton of storage in this room. We don't really need any more, and it could always help for each person to have their own desk. This one's going to be a little bit simpler, but I figure that this person can put their storage like somewhere else, like in the bed or in those cabinets, since there's built-ins and stuff like that. I'm going to keep the decorations pretty simple and, just kind of finish off this room. And the last thing I'm going to add is a mirror and then some floor decorations like pumpkins and stuff like that. But I'm definitely keeping it pretty simple because the furniture does really take up a lot of space in this room. But I really feel like we fit a lot in for the size of the room. All right, so now I'm gonna do the upstairs bathroom. I believe this is one of two. And so I'm going to have a shower, and then I also wanted to have a shelving unit. So I'm gonna use this corner shelf because that way it doesn't stick through the wall on the other side, which is, just perfect for me. I was very proud of that actually. I'm also going to put an archway in this little door frame kind of area, and I really felt like it fit the theme of the house and looked very cute. And then I'm also going to add a vanity and a toilet. I was definitely struggling of where to put the toilet because I felt like it just was taking up too much room. So eventually I decided to move the door, which just made room for everything, and it turned out perfect. I do know that this room doesn't really have that much storage, which is why I'm super glad that the shelves are there because, like, when you only have one countertop for the vanity, it's just not a lot of room since this is supposed to be a bathroom for multiple people. But anyways, I'm just going to color everything, add some decorations. This is a very copy and paste bathroom, so I'm keeping it pretty simple. Right here, I'm going to add a tiny bit of trim to the top of this cabinet, and it's just a small detail that was, kind of important to me, so kind of irrelevant, but yeah. And then I'm going to add a painting as always, and we're basically done with this room. All right, so I felt like the other upstairs bedroom was more of a kid's room, and obviously the downstairs bathroom was the master's. So, right here, I decided to make this the guest room. It is pretty big, and the roof detail is adding some like extra decoration. So, I definitely felt like I could get away with it. So, basically, what I'm gonna do is use a platform bed. I'm going to have this nice accent wall, and I'm using these basic shapes so that you can't really see the roof detail sticking through. And yeah, I'm also going to add every element that you kind of need for a bedroom. So, like a desk, and then like closet storage and all that. So, yeah. So, since this desk is pretty skinny and I feel like it can fit into a smaller space, I'm actually going to move it over next to the door instead of by the window. And this way, you won't have like the sun going into your computer screen when you're trying to work, which may seem kind of weird because it's technically facing away from the window when you have it right up against it. But trust me, that's where my desk is, and it's pretty frustrating. Um, but, anyways, so I'm just putting this in. It is basic shapes, so it's a little more complicated than normal. And yeah, I'm also, instead of putting the desk there like I was originally planning, going to put a sitting area there. This room definitely went by super quickly. One of the last things that I'm going to do on this wall is add some storage because I did feel like this wall was a little bit bland with just a bunch of doors. I feel like if you're like laying in bed, that's not really what you want to stare at. So I'm going to use this shelf because it's a little bit smaller and just add all my decorations to it. So over here, I was trying to put a blanket on the end of the bed, but I didn't like how it stuck through, so I just made it a little bit bigger, and that just solved the problem completely and made it look super good. I'm gonna finish this room off with some pumpkins, then I'm going to put my closet, like units in the closet, some lighting, and basically just move on to the bathroom. So this bathroom is another one that is pretty simple. I didn't really want to do too much with it, kind of because the rest of the house is just so like complicated. So I am going to add like a shower, as always, like a sink and a toilet and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not really gonna do too much. It's just gonna be a lot of copy and paste. I will say though, one thing that I really liked about this bathroom was that I decided to do an archway into the shower. I felt like it just incorporated like the archway theme that I had going for this house, and honestly, just I thought it looked really good. So, yeah. I'm going to add some final decorations and then we're going to move on to the last room of the house, which is the laundry room. Alright, so in here, I will admit I did struggle a little bit with the layout of this room because I just felt like it was a little bit too plain and it just felt like there wasn't really anything going on high up, like, you know? So I am gonna change it around a bit and it's not gonna look the best, but it's a laundry room. There doesn't need to be too much to it. So, as I was saying, I kept this room pretty simple, but that is all for this entire house. So, get ready for the tour. Alright guys, that is all for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you like this house. If you build it, as always, make sure to tag me on my socials, and if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and all the things. I am so excited to start my Christmas builds with you guys. I think you're really going to like them, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!